3, 2, 1.
All right, so
Conspiracy.
yes, we are going to be
All right, there it
talking
is.
about conspiracies.
Brendan brings it back.
Yep. So we're gonna do introductions again because we should do that every episode. So mic number 1,
Trace.
mic number 2,
Matt.
I am mic number 3. My name is Chris. Mic number 4 is Joel. He is absent right now. Do you want to do your Joel impression, Brendan?
Joel.
All right, solid. All right, mic number 5 is.
I'm Brendan.
All right. So, yeah,
Got the
I was
deep
going to say, you
throat
got to
action.
get some more throaty sounds in there.
yeah, like the.
Frick you
Well,
guys.
You're forgetting mic number 6, Eric.
Oh yeah,
No.
mic number 6, Eric, but he's
I'm Eric.
He's not allowed in this episode.
he's because we're talking about conspiracies and he's Jewish, so we can't talk about those with him because it's all a
He
conspiracy.
is the conspiracy.
Exactly. So,
So what the hell are you waving your beer at me for?
yeah, what the fuck?
Trace.
What do you want?
Trace.
All right, so
Oh, you didn't get in the game. Come on.
we've talked about conspiracies on the podcast before very briefly, and
Briefly.
I mean, well,
because let's cut Trace's topics out. That's the second time it has happened. Last episode, we cut my genetics topic out. And then
yeah,
we
I
moved
completely
on
forgot
to
we talk about genetics?
Not at all.
shitting.
I talked about
genes.
I talked about
about Wranglers.
Game of Thrones and Punnett
well,
Squares.
because we didn't have anything solid. You were just talking about trickle down stuff. We can talk about that now, real quick, before conspiracies, if you want.
No, we're good.
I mean, because I
No,
wanted to mention
We're starting on.
we rolled over it, but I wanted to mention that there's the
vaccines
alcohol,
are a conspiracy.
the alcohol
That is not my
tolerance
actual
gene.
opinion. I was that was sarcasm.
Yes.
Please don't crucify me.
The
Yeah, no
the
shit.
alcohol tolerance gene exists on both sides of my family and on both sides of my wife's family, but neither of us have gotten that gene, so both of us are lightweights as a result.
Alcoholism is a trickle down gene, too.
Yeah, hopefully the obesity gene also skipped me, so we'll see about that.
Damn, I'm out of
Looks
luck.
like it. You're fucking.
We don't know
120
yet.
pounds.
My dad looked like this too until he was like 35, and then he just started gaining weight nonstop. So
Maybe he just ate a little bit more.
I'm worried about going
Maybe.
bald. Because
Yeah,
my dad was
you're
going
fucked.
bald like
yeah,
Oh,
they
in
always
his
so they
20s.
say you're supposed to
they
look
say
at your
this is a
mother's
conspiracy
father.
'cause
Yeah,
it's all
I'm
bullshit.
I'm
Genetics is
screwed.
bullshit. It could be anything.
No, it could be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's a conspiracy for
Yeah.
you. Genetics
Yeah,
is
biology.
bullshit.
Biology is
Biology
is
is
your mom's
bullshit.
dad? So is your grandpa on your mom's side? Is he bald?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you're fucked.
You're fucked.
All the old dudes.
That's what
in
they
my
say, but I
family
don't.
are-
I don't.
But even
It's
still,
not
Brendan's
necessarily
fucked.
true. I mean,
I
I would.
like
I would
hair.
go gray tomorrow if it meant that I got to keep my hair.
Yeah.
Fully gray.
Absolutely.
Be a young silver
Mine's anything
fox.
like my either side.
You better watch
I'm gonna
what
have
you
a full
say.
head till I die.
Well, see, the thing is that Sarah always gives me shit about my receding hairline. I'm like, it's been there my whole life. It's not receding. That's just where it is. Can't be receding if
You
that's
got
where
a
it
big
started.
forehead like Peyton Manning.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the thing? It was like Peyton Manning has stored every play he's ever run in the NFL with his forehead because like it grew like 3 inches in the however many years.
I think him in the Super Bowl commercial was still my favorite. Like his little thing that he did where he
that
threw
hurt.
it. They're like, "Oh, you still got it." He's like, "Nope."
That hurt.
Was that
hurt.
the that like
The NFL 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that.
Everybody
one,
was
but
in it. Yeah, and somebody was like, "Who the hell is that guy?" The guy who caught the ball like as he was stumbling down, like right before. It was like, "It's the Immaculate Reception guy." I don't know his name, but that's the scene that they're referencing right now.
Odell Beckham Jr.?
No, it was an old guy.
Oh.
I mean, all of them were like iconic things, right? Except for
Right.
the girl at the end, which apparently she's like spearheaded,
Why are there?
like girls in just like playing football. Hey, what are we doing here? What the hell, Joel?
I don't like that. There's more than
Yeah, there should
6
only be
shot glasses on
one
there.
shot. It's the last shot, singular, unless.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck!
I'm
I was
out.
about to say unless it's a
I
chaser.
was gonna say, did I have pickles in there?
Of course he did.
How much of that Jameson did you use?
Hey.
Is it almost empty now?
Joel, how old is that pickle juice?
When did,
Did
we
you
have?
check?
When did we have barbecue sandwiches?
Oh, it was only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's when I
Yeah.
bought them.
Okay, not so bad then. Did that pulled pork? Was it pulled pork?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was very good. So were the mashed potatoes. Very good.
That gravy was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, God.
Also, I put him in an armbar and made him tap out. So
Oh, flashbacks to middle school there.
I could, since I've only had one beer, I could probably do a shot of Jameson, but
It's fucking good.
and honestly, I would be.
All right, let's go. Pass.
I'm not going to say that on air.
My medicine
Oh, you're sitting
will
on
not allow
my.
me
You're sitting
to
on my feed.
To do what?
take another shot.
You're on medicine again?
Yeah.
Antibiotics?
I'm
right.
sick. I've been taking Mucinex.
Grab one.
Oh,
I
yep.
can't reach that far.
Don't
I'm gonna
wanna-
knock it over.
Acetaminophen. Can't do it. Don't
Yep.
do it.
Eric,
Yep.
Can you pass? Eric.
Can you pass it?
Can you
You
pass
mean
one?
your liver
No.
failing isn't
Eric,
a big
pass
deal?
one.
No, not at all.
Oh, they're fucking
Eric
good,
was
boys.
Nixoning his way out of the
Eric, you
out of
can.
the room.
The
Eric,
piece
you
on
can,
the top
Eric,
of the plate.
Eric, Eric,
I was up there and I
Eric.
didn't know what the fuck we were gonna do.
you can
know
take
what?
that. No, I can't.
Hey,
I literally cannot take
We'll
it.
Hey,
just- we'll
leave,
just,
leave
uh,
it right there. We'll
yeah,
see
we'll
who
just-
takes it.
Yeah.
I'll
Leave it
double
right
up.
there.
It's my
All right.
house.
So this is you said Jameson and a
Matt will
pickleback, which I learned on the last episode, the one
pretty
that I
good.
just uploaded. That pickleback is just a shot of pickle juice.
Yep.
Pickle juice. Jameson pickle juice. All it is.
This sounds
See, Eric.
Peace.
foul.
All
Have
right.
fun.
Cheers.
Bottoms
Shot
up.
of Jameson, chase it with pickle juice.
Tastes pretty good, huh?
You know,
Tastes
it
like
wasn't so
pickle juice.
bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
It's not terrible.
Yes, I've never just done a shot of pickle juice ever. So
But
yeah, I'm a weird child. This wouldn't be
when
the
you're
first
on
time
some
I've drank
meds,
straight pickle
you
juice.
can't drink that
I mean,
much.
I love pickles too, but I just never thought.
You've
to-
never done just pickle juice?
That's so
Pickle
gross.
lover. At my buddy's house, Justin, you know him. We used to sleepovers. Me, him, and his brother would go upstairs. We'd open the fridge, and we would each take turns for rounds. No, we would not. Fuck. We would take turns for each round, filling a shot glass with random stuff from the fridge. Sometimes it would be
Sounds
like,
like a game
Kool-Aid,
that we play very often.
Kool-Aid or milk. Sometimes we'd put like soy sauce in one, and like you'd have to do it.
Ugh.
So,
Sweet and sour mix.
so
or
we had this
hot sauce.
We
or,
anything.
Wait, we've done this.
So we had this kid in our class. His name was Andy, and we were all staying the night there. It was us three, and then Justin's older brother, and we put stuff. We put stuff in a shot glass, and he drank it. And we told him it was rat poison, and if he didn't throw up, he was gonna die. And he was like, "I don't want to throw up. I don't want to throw up."
So he wanted to die.
Oh, he didn't want to die either, so he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And he was like, trying to make himself throw up, and it was like some sort of juice with like Splenda in it. We told him the Splenda was rat poison.
You know, if you swallow a quarter, you also
Hey,
Cause
hey,
it's a gag.
hold on.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was so
yeah.
funny.
It turns it on
was
for
so
sure.
funny.
Can you guys make yourselves throw up by like sticking a finger?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, never tried.
yes.
I feel like that's something
Matt
where
can make himself throw up by looking at moldy cheese.
Do you
If
do
you
that often?
think
Do you
of-
make yourself throw
No.
up often?
I
Yes.
hate
That's
it.
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
called bulimia.
I
Yes, only-
absolutely hate it. I will not throw
but there
up.
are a lot of people that like, oh, I've had too much to drink. I'm going to make myself throw up to feel better.
okay,
Well, see,
not
yeah, that's the first time that I did that because I was mostly because I felt bad about occupying the only bathroom in Trace's house for as long as I did.
I
was like,
brought that
need,
up at
I
the
need
bar
to,
today.
I need to speed this process up. So it isn't as easy as it sounds though.
No.
I mean,
'cause
I have a
most
pretty
of the time
sensitive
people
gag
don't
reflex.
throw up.
I have a
Because
very
I,
sensitive
like,
gag reflex,
sometimes,
but
like,
I've
when you're-
never been able to make myself actually
Yeah,
throw
I
up.
don't-
most of the
I
time people
can.
don't
I
throw
can.
up.
when you
What?
try to like, there
Yeah.
have been a few times where I've been trying to like,
It's all
you know, if
mental.
your nasal passage is all congested, you like, you know,
Yeah.
you do that, like getting that from my sinuses to my throat so that I can spit it out. Doing that has triggered my gag reflex.
That does that to me every
That's
day.
me in the morning
Like-
when I brush my
Oh,
teeth.
fuck.
Yep.
If I
Brushing
have
my
a
teeth
loogie in the
does
Brushing my
morning,
teeth does it to me too,
it'll make me dry.
but it
heave.
won't make me throw up.
But there have been times where I've drank and I'm like, if I do
Conspiracies.
throw up, I'm like, I will
gag
feel
reflex is a conspiracy.
much better.
Yeah,
So
like
then, if you
Can you
think
just
about
it
it,
helps a
enough,
lot.
It's like sneezing. If you have to sneeze and you don't think about it, it's about 50-50. But if you have to sneeze, like you really put your fucking mind to it, like I'm gonna fucking.
Well, no, the
So
human mind is great.
then you
I've given
see-
myself a fever before.
Going back to last
Like, on
week's
purpose.
episode,
to
with the
skip school.
genetics thing, there is a genetic. So I've done the 23andMe,
Yep,
where like
you've given your DNA to the government.
yep,
Yeah.
that whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
There
I'll
it
go.
is. There's one.
But one of the things that they'll send back is if you have
Got you
the
now.
what is it, photosensitive.
Oh, the thing where you
sneezing?
sneeze when you
like
look
so.
at- yeah.
If you feel like you need to sneeze, look at a light or look up at the
That's
sun.
how I am.
And yeah,
Yep.
And-
If I had to sneeze, I'd look right up at your light right
Yep,
now and probably
same.
sneeze.
So,
I
and
would
so
do the
that's
same
a
thing.
genetic thing, though. That's yeah. Yep.
Genetically, though, most people are
And it's
lactose
actually
intolerant too.
that is actually same as that. It's a uncommon thing. The being reacting to the sunlight kind of thing.
Yeah, so why do people, like, when you go from a dark place and walk out into the sunlight and you sneeze? Or
That's
same
why.
reason.
same reason, or are you
Yep.
allergic to the
No,
sun?
no, it's
No.
the same thing.
Same reason.
Photosensitive.
It's just
'Cause
kind of
I
like
do
a
every time.
kind of like a
if-
sensory overload type thing, where it just your
Yeah.
brain is like
Something's wired just that other way that like the light affects your
so
sinuses.
something similar, and I assume it would be genetic as well. Is that not everybody experiences like chills or like some sort of like physiological response listening to music.
Yeah, like
Right,
fission. Or,
right.
Yeah.
So
Yep, that is
and some people have
100%
synesthesia, which is like that on steroids, where like sound is colors to them, like they can
Yep.
see sound
That's
in a way,
crazy.
like an LSD trip, but without actually having done any of it.
Hey, I had an idea real quick.
Yeah.
So Trace,
Is it a conspiracy idea?
no, I need you to do something.
Oh boy.
You're
Me
gonna
too.
pick a number between 0 and 100. Please don't say it. And then we're all gonna guess the number. Closest number has to do the last shot with the pickleback.
Oh fuck.
So let us know when you
Okay.
have your number.
Oh fuck. Wait, who has to take the shot? The
I got
closest.
it.
Whoever's
Closest.
closest.
I got it.
Pull
Okay.
out your phone, type down the number, put it face down on the chair.
We don't got time for
Okay.
this. We
Oh,
got
all right.
conspiracies.
Hold on.
Yeah, we
Hold
do.
on.
We're
No. Screw that. Because someone's
No,
gonna
here,
say.
I got it.
Someone's
got
gonna
it.
say 99. Someone's gonna say
Here, no.
98, and then it's gonna be fucked.
I would actually.
But if you
wasn't
want to get
going
further
do that,
away,
but-
you
I
would.
got it.
All
I
right.
got it. I got
Matt.
it.
No, it's like all right. So number wise, furthest away from what he picks has to do it.
Oh, so it's not the closest.
So
it's
like,
the opposite.
so if he said 25 and you said 30, you'd be 5 away, and you'd probably be fucking good. So
Or you fuck with everybody and say closest has to take it, and then everybody wants to get as far away as possible.
No, just number.
number.
50.
I'm gonna go with 27. No, 28.
49.
74.
Sorry, Brendan. It was 27.
Oh shit! I picked 28 because Claude Giroux's
27. 27.
junior
one
team
away.
just yeah, but
I'll
you said
take the
furthest.
hit. No,
You
I
said
will
furthest.
take
Said
the shot.
furthest.
I don't care.
Oh, Matt's got to take the shot.
Oh no!
All right.
Just got to pass it over here.
It was all a conspiracy.
Hey!
It's not bad.
It was a good one. I
So,
like that. That's pretty good.
It's
I
not
am-
bad.
But like we're all trying to just go home and
Right.
not
The
get-
the pickle juice
I am
duel
home
really
so far.
Oh, yeah,
nullifies.
fuck you.
I do want to know. It really does. And actually, like I said, I like pickles. I like pickle
I
juice.
love
so
pickle
it's,
juice. I drink it straight.
It's really
I would,
not a. Not
I
a
would
bad thing.
straight up drink.
You guys are
Um,
disgusting.
Matt, I really am interested in knowing what the origin of this stupid vaccines cause autism bullshit is. Like,
Yeah.
is it a conspiracy? Like, who started that?
I think that they did studies, and I think one study out of or
What
you
did
know,
they just round up a bunch of
100
autistic kids? And they
Maybe.
just happened to like
get
what
the
the fuck?
one that got.
But
no,
no-
because it's genetic. It doesn't
Yeah,
come
autism
from-
is a genetic disease.
No
It
doesn't
doesn't-
come
actual
from-
scientist. Like, if they're doing a study, it was probably a scientist that did the study, right?
Right.
Right.
Generally, not somebody off the street's going to be like, "Well,
Right.
I'm going to go study this. Let's get
Right,
these."
right,
no,
right,
okay,
right.
Well, no,
So,
that's like literally the plot of the book Rainbow Six. But go on.
no scientist is going to be like, "Let's see if vaccines cause autism."
Right. They were probably trying to study
And
to
then-
see if there were
and then
other side effects.
Even if they
to-
did, the first thing they would find out is it doesn't cause autism.
Right.
because it's genetic.
Done. We're done. That's
But
it.
since
End of
then-
discussion.
Since
But some smart ass mom that thinks she knows better than what the doctor knows. Oh no, yeah, that's what causes it.
yeah.
I know because my
Right.
Not
my
because you had a
my
kid at
friend's
age
si-
40,
My friend's
but
sister had a
because-
kid and he has autism and they vaccinated their kid.
Yeah, it's because
Right.
everybody gets vaccinated.
It's the
No,
what
but-
is it, what's it called? It's the
No.
no.
Well, the
it's,
Mandela effect.
no,
is
it's,
fucking nuts.
confirmation bias.
yes, there. Yeah.
Where
That's it.
you propose something and just because it happened to be proven that one time,
Right.
Well, that's
It's 100%
that was
true.
My,
is
that
what
was
it
my
is.
point. Is getting at you're gonna do 100 studies, and out of that 100 studies, 25 of them may come back as they got autism from vaccines, but the
Probably be
75 of
closer
them.
to like 4.
Yeah,
Four of
it
them.
would be.
Oh, yeah.
it'd
So
be a
4
lot-
out
a
of the
smaller number,
100.
but yeah.
Then everybody focuses on the 4, not the
Right.
other.
Well,
no.
They
96
blow the
of them.
4 out of proportion.
So
right. That's
I've
what
got-
I'm saying.
It's
I've got 2 points.
It's
so
the vocal minority. It's the small
Yeah.
amount of people that believe it, but they're the loudest people out there.
And now
so
the-
they're going to tell everybody that they can, and then that's all that anybody hears.
well, and the internet has given those people a platform,
Yeah.
which is for better or for
Bigger
worse.
voice.
For all the good things that the internet has brought, there are a lot of bad things, and that's one of them. So my 2 points are, initially, the studies were not trying to find out if vaccines caused autism.
right.
Yes.
But some crackhead came up with this theory, and so now there have been further studies specifically to find out if vaccines cause autism, and they all come back negative too. So it's like, okay, clearly. And also, we know more about what autism is now.
Yes, you go
We've
from
established like a spectrum, and it's not just like,
when-
oh, this kid's retarded. Like that was the literal definition before. Now it's like
no.
there's actually no. I'm not
But
going to cut
now-
that because that is contextual. I don't have a problem with saying words in context. That was like the literal definition. And the problem with that is but building on that, seriously.
What fucks me up about that is like back in the 80s, the word, but like back in the 80s, the word retarded meant broken. So like if they,
Slow.
Well, it still
Slow.
does. Retarded
Slow.
has
does.
no,
It still
no,
means
but
slow.
it's right, but it's evolved, and I think like back then, I was shown a video. You know, they talk all about the R word and this and that,
Right.
But they show a video where like there's a guy working on an AC unit, and he's like, "This AC unit is retarded." And like when you hear it nowadays, you laugh because it doesn't mean today what it
It's
meant.
the
You know,
connotation
back then.
Right.
Like,
But
and
even-
words change meaning too. So
right.
like, I mean,
just like when you're gay and whatever in the Christmas songs, it means happy and
I'm
whatever.
happy.
But like
Right,
you hear it
joyous.
now and you're like,
So,
"Oh my god, what
I
the
will
hell?"
say, like, my brother has special needs. He has Down syndrome. He's been in my life for 25 years now, whatever. Like, I say retarded probably every day. And in the same way that I've said it for 20 years, like,
Yeah.
it's not you're retarded, you're mentally handicapped. No, it's like, it's just a word.
You
Like,
just say,
it just
like,
reminds me of the Office scene where Michael Scott's like, you don't call retarded people retarded. You
Yeah.
call
You just say like
your friends
that-
retarded when they're
I
acting.
mean, it's
retarded.
You just say like, "Oh, that's retarded." Like if you don't want to do it, like I feel like you
like
say
me
it to an
eating a
extent
quarter.
about
I was retarded.
you say it about something, but not about a person.
the
these
words
days.
only have the connotation that you give them.
right.
That's
Unless
it.
I
Well, see,
said
that's the thing.
directly
Either all
to
words
you,
are okay or no words are
If
okay.
I were to
Exactly.
say, Matt, you are a retard, then it would have a lot different meaning than I said. If
Well-
you said, "Hey, let's go to the mall," it's like, "Oh, that's retarded." Like, "Oh, we don't need to go to the mall." You know what I
See,
mean?
and I
Right.
understand the argument where it's like, stop saying that because it, but
I mean, we're going to be the boomers in 25 years that all of the kids now are.
and
talking
that's the
about
thing
it.
is that
Like, oh, you can't say
anybody
that. Look, he's from a different time. They say the word retard.
anybody that like says retarded that means it in a different way other than like mentally handicapped
in that way.
would never ever say retarded to a mentally handicapped person
Right.
ever in
Yeah.
a million years.
Never.
I agree, but I have one story. It's funny with the kind of reverse situation. So I played football back in high school, and there was a kid on the football team who was with the special education like classes, and he participated in extracurricular activities. He did fine. He played linebacker. You know, he did everything. And there was a kid at our school. His name was Sheldon. Put those together. And Sheldon was his name.
You can just
Oh my god!
you can use first names.
Yeah,
I'm
So-
not
first
trying
names
to
are fine.
like
So Sheldon was
or you
his-
could make up a name.
Sheldon was his name.
Ricky.
The other kid's name was Ryan, and Ryan was the one. Ryan was the one in the classes, but Ryan had said to Sheldon when we were getting ready for football practice one day, he said, "Sheldon, quit acting like a weetard." And I think it was funny to me because in that situation, he kind of saw,
Be careful, Joel. You're about to lose your mic.
like what everyone would see as offensive. He kind of
But
used it
he
like
just uses like
he used
you're
it like,
my friend.
like for himself to
Right.
give, you
Right.
know. And like he understood before we went out.
And here's the thing too that
it was
It's like the
funny
movie The
for
Ringer,
every-
like the entire movie.
100%. And
Like
so
nobody watched the
In-
nobody sane watched the movie The Ringer and thought they were making fun of people in the Special Olympics.
Exactly.
Nobody thought that.
They were making fun of the people that thought they could get away with making the fun of the
Exactly.
Special Olympics.
Right.
Yeah.
It's satire,
So, yeah.
which is lost on a lot of people.
But like, and that's the thing is that in such a small amount of time, that issue has completely flipped, kind of thing. Like, we graduated high school in 2011,
okay,
so that was
You old fuck.
8 years
Yeah.
ago.
2 years after you.
That was about 8 years ago now, right?
yeah.
And that was something that nobody would have blinked an eye at. kind
Oh
of
yeah,
thing
no,
at that
that's
time.
like, I mean, fuck, that's like the tamest thing you hear.
The
in
Ringer
hallways.
came out in what? 04?
No, I was.
No, I would say at least
It was a movie I was
06 or
able to
so-
go
it was-
see
it was
without having to worry about what age I was.
Yeah,
so it was
so
like
it was
05 or
later
06.
2000?
09 or
Whoa.
something.
It was not that late. It was like
IMDb
05 or
that
06.
It was
but-
high school. I think
So
my mic was-
I'm pretty sure we were in high school.
Because I do.
I was in high school.
I do have a little separate thing to go
So
off
late
of that.
2000s then?
Oh, 2005.
That's fine.
Okay, so I was
So I was
close.
14.
So I mean,
We were
that's
in
still
middle
what?
school.
14 years ago?
I
That's
didn't see it till I was
Yes,
in
What
high
year?
exactly, because 2005.
05?
Oh
Today,
shit!
Alright.
we were
today,
in middle
today
school.
back with that. I was getting my hair cut today.
Today, Junior.
Yes,
Yeah,
Brendan, we
I
were
know.
25 years old, going on 26.
Don't
Yeah,
tell
you
everyone
old
our
fuckers.
age.
I was getting my hair cut.
We're
Don't
gonna
worry,
have to
you'll be
get-
there in about 2 months later.
We're gonna have to get our health insurance soon.
Fuck
our
that
own.
shit.
Ah,
Fuck
and
me.
the
Yeah,
lady,
fuck everything about that.
the lady who was cutting my hair, I was talking to her and I was like, well, like back in middle school, I had an awkward day where they had it wasn't like an event, but it was like a day. Ackerman, you went to Ackerman, right?
Yep.
Was that wrong?
No, you're fine.
So we went to elementary school.
I'm
and-
changing my criteria for what I cut because I have to cut so much.
Chris
And,
is done giving a
Yeah.
shit.
Fucking-
So we went back.
where you went to elementary school when you were 8, I don't
we
give
went.
a shit about anymore.
So we went late '90s, but we were gonna have
But
a
what's
day.
your social security number?
And the car number was the number on the back.
2222222.
We already did this joke
So-
last time.
69, 69.
So it was. We were in 5th grade at the time. I remember this day vividly. Oh, it
I
was.
was in
It
I
was,
actually when
know
9/11
somebody whose
happened,
last
which is a
four of their
conspiracy.
social is 69,
it was the night
69.
before.
Really?
We were in 5th
Yes.
grade.
Nice.
But anyway, we were gonna have a day that was like flip flop day. We're like guys dress as girls, girls dress as guys.
Not what I thought
back,
that was.
Back in the '90s, this didn't really matter, whatever. But the night before, it had gotten canceled.
Could you imagine trying to
Can you
throw a
imagine that
cross-dress dance
now?
today?
Dude,
hold
oh
on,
my
hold on.
Lord.
So I showed up this day. I
You would
planned.
have some people that would fucking nail it, though.
I planned.
Oh yeah.
You
You wouldn't be able to
Absolutely.
tell a difference.
Hey, do you look
Absolutely.
androgynous at all?
I dressed
you
up
win.
as my mom for Halloween in 8th
I remember
grade.
that.
And she dressed up as me because obviously we're
Well,
at the
'cause,
same
yeah,
school. She
yeah.
worked at the same school.
So I had worn my sister's clothes because she was older than me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up. I'm going to rock this. It'll be fun.
There you
Because you,
go.
don't think of anything like in elementary school.
Yeah.
But I guess like the night before it had been canceled. And I put and instead of wearing my
They
stuff,
didn't tell Joel.
I brought it in my backpack. I was like, I'll change when I get to
Guys, this
school.
will be funny.
I showed up to school and like no one was like opposite, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, thank God I did not show, because like 5th grade, if you would have shown up opposite, like that
God,
would have
you would've been
wrecked your
crucified.
life.
That's exactly the word I was going to use, too.
That would have fucking wrecked you. So like,
Yeah.
Crucified.
luckily I brought it to change, and like I showed up, everyone was normal, and I
It's
was
a
like,
good foresight
well, I'm
there,
not going
Joel.
to change, like thank
Obviously.
heavens. But yeah, but like
Holy
if you can
shit.
imagine that going on like nowadays,
Dude,
it wouldn't, because
you would have a war in front of the school.
But
So,
some parent must have
Sorry,
said
Matt.
something, because
Yeah.
that's why it didn't happen, right? You
so
would think someone was like, "Well, that's fucked up. My son's not going as a girl," and then or vice versa.
do you have
And-
something, Matt?
Hey, one thing that I'm super
Honestly, if I had said it, I honestly probably would keep that, only because in the context it makes
Yeah,
sense.
it makes sense. But
Well, I'll probably
we
still
all,
cut it, though.
Yeah, I'd still edit it because we all laughed. I laughed at it very
Yeah.
loudly.
the point that I was like, okay, hold
I
on,
think
wait,
it was
let me
funny.
say this.
It
and
was
cut
funny
it.
because
Yeah.
you paused.
Yeah.
But like, I think nowadays it's just so much about.
Would you say that PC
Gender
culture
neutral.
is a conspiracy?
Uh,
Do you think outrage culture is a
It
conspiracy?
is.
Yeah,
I think
to an
PC
extent.
can. Yeah.
Well,
I-
PC and outrage culture are interchangeable. to
But-
me.
Right,
They're the s-
right.
they're
I
the same
think-
thing.
But I think that you can't but then you have to throw the other side of that in there as well.
But it's so different now
As-
being an adult looking
Well,
back, because you can have
as-
your own thoughts now. Going like if you saw a kid now and you're like, oh my god, back then you wouldn't have those thoughts. But when you like grow into this like persona where you're an adult and you understand like certain aspects of like life and certain cultures, then you're like, if you could look back
It's
now
just
and
the
be like,
perspective that
I
you
think
have
they're
can
both a
change.
conspiracy to divide people.
Yeah, well, and
Honestly.
identity politics is the third.
But
and
and that's
I
the
think
other
of that, I think.
the other thing too, though, is that it changes all the time. I mean, you look at the late 1700s, the late 1800s, the
Yeah.
late 1900s. Now, like, I mean, it's every
You-
year there
you-
are different words
you
that
look
you
at
can't
you
say
look at the
anymore.
1970s, and there were people that were like, dude, we're doing so much shit, you don't know if you're banging a guy or a girl. And then they were like, we don't fucking care. And then
Right.
you get to now where
Go-
it's like,
Go back.
you have to decide what you are.
Go back to the 1600s or like let's go like mid 1700s. No,
times.
mid 1700s in northeastern U.S. Right, it's before it was the U.S. Right.
Yeah.
I dare you to walk up to somebody and say yeet. I guarantee they're gonna look at you like you
So-
just said the worst thing ever.
What
Like,
the fuck?
Yeah.
And pull their
Or
sword
they're
out.
gonna burn you
Yeah,
like a
yeet.
fucking witch or something.
Yeah.
But,
But
like,
then also around probably the same time, you look at it, high wealthy class males were wearing purses with high heels.
Right, all that
because
shit changes.
that
Cyclical,
showed
it's all the
wealth.
time.
Just like
Well-
people who were tan were peons
Or-
because they were outside working
Yep.
versus
and
people who
pale
were pale.
and pale and fat was attractive
But-
because
Yep.
that meant you had money.
And
Yep, you
right,
didn't
and-
have to work
you
and
ate
everybody
well
fed
and-
you all the
and
time.
everything
Yep.
was- but like now, you want to be skinny and fucking tan.
It's a conspiracy.
because people like you out fucking
No,
inside.
it's just
Well, that's just
Change
marketing.
of-
But
culture
like,
change.
I don't
And
think that's a
so-
conspiracy.
so
Although
much
marketing
of it
could
is
be. I mean,
marketing. Yeah, I mean, this is what's attractive now because we're saying it's attractive now. So
Right.
Right.
And it's the same way that countries exist and that currency exists. It's only
It's
that way
just an
because
agreed
everybody
upon-
agrees
yeah.
that
Right.
that's the way it is.
Right.
I was trying to explain Bitcoin to somebody he's a Gen Xer, right, at work.
Bitcoin.
He's actually now my boss's boss.
That's like
but at the
fucking-
time he wasn't. We were trying to
Go ahead.
explain Bitcoin to him because he didn't understand what the deal with Bitcoin was.
cryptocurrency. It's just
cryptocurrency.
you
That
don't
was the
ever
part that he
get
doesn't
it.
understand. Cryptocurrency actually makes a lot of
But
sense when you think about
why
it.
why is a Bitcoin worth $3,000?
because somebody said it was.
Because the market agrees that it is.
Yeah,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
but if everybody
because a
just said,
certain amount of rich
why-
people said that's going to make me a bunch of money.
why
so
is
I'm gonna put a
Berk
bunch of
A
money
stock
into
at $300,000? Why is Apple at $300?
It's
Like
the perceived
just
value
because
of
that's
the-
what we
Yeah.
agree it
Yeah.
is. If
Right.
everybody tomorrow said, you know what, today Berk A is worth $100.
Yeah, and as long as everybody agreed to that,
to $100
and
bucks.
your name isn't John McAfee, you're the one saying that, then yeah, it would just plummet. The economy probably would just
I mean,
take a giant
with that
shit.
one specifically.
Yeah,
yes, but,
that's probably a bad
but,
example
I mean,
of that one, but yeah.
I'm just saying it's just because that's what people agreed on. It's the same thing with
That's all it is. It's arbitrary. You know that
literally
the
everything, literally everything.
It's
the,
all-
down to the only thing that you can be 100% on in your life. I think, therefore I am.
yeah.
I
and-
feel like that goes the same with influence and agreeance. Just like no one fucking had any idea out here in the Midwest what Jersey Shore was before that show became a thing. And then we had days in high school where it was fucking like Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Day. And everyone was like, we do this, oh, we say this. Fortnite, floss dancing, the
Yep.
fucking Orange Justice. No one fucking knew or cared what the hell that was till it took over the world.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
And-
that's all kids knew. And that's what they were. I know, therefore
That's
I
all
am.
kids
This
know
is what
now.
I know. This is what I am. That they do the same shit over and over and over. And like they're influenced by what goes around, and then they're like, "Oh, that's cool." They agree with it, the acceptance, and then they take
Right.
it over. And
Well,
they-
I mean,
The obvious
it runs.
downside of that is that again, all this shit is coming out of the internet, and there are good
Apex
things
Legends.
and there are bad things about the internet.
well, yeah, Apex Legends about to take
Like-
over the world.
hell yeah.
I feel
I
like
think it already has over the last week. But
there's
Hell
there's
yeah.
somebody that I know. So I want to go back
Probably.
to the Confederate States of America, right?
Right.
They were very close to being recognized as a sovereign nation. Like France was like, maybe.
Britain more
And
so.
if they both had agreed, that was like the world at the time. That
Right.
France, Britain,
Yeah.
and then the rest of Europe probably would have followed suit, and eventually the CSA would have been
Because that was
a
at a
nation.
time where Britain ruled the world. Pretty
Exactly.
much.
So that they were very close to that. I fucking forgot the second thing I was going to say. Something about conspiracy. Yeah, it was something related to Joel.
Okay, so what's your opinions on everything is a simulation?
Is that a conspiracy or
Yes.
is that a?
So why?
Well, in a way, yeah. Everything's a simulation.
So you're saying
Everything that you see in
everything's
your
already
life.
played out, and you're just
No,
living it.
no. Everything
no.
that you see in your life is a computer simulation. It's just the graphics are so real and the like simulation of it is so real that you think that it is real.
I'm
So
going to
why
say
don't?
false.
Why can't we just
So
back
not
out
false?
whenever?
Because
Maybe you
alive?
can,
no.
So
Well,
is
I
that
mean, you
killing
can't back out of a
yourself?
dream unless you wake up.
but
so
it's
you're,
not a dream.
So
it's a
you're saying it's
simulation.
like the
I know,
Ma-
but like
the
to use
Matrix
an
is what
example, you
it's
can't
like.
just like wake up from
so
a
you
dream.
got
Let's
kill
say
yourself to
we
back
are
out?
woke.
I'm going to say false because there are certain situations where I feel like time would not exist in a simulation.
Time
To an
shouldn't
extent.
exist.
Because if we all lived here,
Time is a construct.
okay, but
Yes, it
what?
is.
Okay, so along with that theory, let me blow your fucking mind. Let's say Trace died right now. Who's to say if he died, he wouldn't go to another simulation?
Well, I mean, what do you
Or
think
who's to
deja vu
say-
is?
When you die, that's when you come out of the simulation.
And then you just go to a different
And
one.
then
Well,
you
that's
live
what
your
I
Or
was
you don't.
just
Not
saying.
even. That's when you.
You just like
That it was a trial
um,
run before you
and
go
you're
into
like,
the
holy
real
shit, I'm
world.
back to life.
So to get out of the simulation, you have to die. So
Like
or
Inception.
back out. Yeah.
But like everyone's
But like I
afraid
was
to
saying
die.
earlier, you'd have to kill yourself or
Well, not
grow
everyone.
old in
Or,
a
I mean,
simulation.
die,
Not
yeah.
everyone.
No,
I'm afraid to
not
die.
everybody,
But I'm
but-
afraid to
The-
die. But
I
You should
make
be.
peace
I mean,
a long time.
So
there's
my-
only one thing that you've known ever, and that is
That's
life.
life.
Yeah, my problem with
The unknown
the
is scary to everyone. It
if-
does. You might not admit it, but it is
Right. Oh, it's-
scary.
Oh,
Dude,
it's scary
the-
for sure.
honestly, there are days like I'll be fine. I'll live my life, whatever. But like there will be something that like catches something in my mind, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna live forever. And then when you start thinking about stuff like that, and you're like, so I was born out of nothing. I live, and then I just don't exist.
You
And
were
that shit,
born
like,
out of a
honestly
sperm
wants
and
to
an
bring-
egg.
That wants to bring tears to my eyes because I'm like,
Yeah.
like you're here living
Um,
life right now,
out of
but
your
one
There
day,
mother.
there
one-
was how much before you that you have no idea of. There's going to be just as much after you. that you
after,
have
but
no
you will
idea
not
of.
exist.
you
but
are
ti-
a s not
but-
even a speed bump
but
in
time
the timeline
did-
of the
time-
universe.
You're not
wipes
even a
you away.
flicker.
Time wipes you away. But you're here living your fucking life thinking you know you can learn so much or not know so much and do or not do so much that makes you who you are. But then like at the end of it, you don't know when your
It
time's
doesn't
up.
matter.
It could
It
happen.
doesn't
It could
matter.
happen tomorrow. It could happen 30 years from now. You
Speaking
don't
of
know,
that-
but when it happens, then like that's it.
You could be the most influential person in the world, and the second you die,
That's
none
it.
of it matters.
That's it.
So the thing about
They'll
like
talk about you in a book, and then that's it.
the thing about
It's terrifying. I am fucking scared to die.
feeling like everything is a simulation, because that's something that really like it's very compatible with my curiosities, like the way that I think and stuff. So like, yeah, there might have been a point in my life where I had like written a suicide note. It was going to kill myself because like I didn't want to be alive. But sometimes my brain's like, well, what if there's something else? Like, what if I'm just going to reset and be in something else? Do I want to kill myself just out of the pure curiosity? Not because I don't want to be here, not because my life is terrible, but
Death
because
is the next great adventure.
what happens?
I'm not gonna lie. There was one time, I was probably in middle school, and I left your house and I was riding my bike home, and I was almost down to the stop sign.
Is it when you threw your phone off the cement?
No.
Oh.
No, it was just a normal day. Like it was sunny.
Right,
it was
right,
everything
right.
was fine. I was almost down to the stop sign, down to where I was gonna hook a left to head back towards my parents' house, and I was in middle school. You know, you think you know everything, whatever. But I got down to the stop sign and I turned to left. I was riding home and I was like, everything in my life was great, and I was like, what more is there to live for? And like at that time, like I never contemplated suicide or anything, but like at that point, I thought I knew everything I was ever gonna know. And
What,
like
like
I
12
feel,
years old?
like
an
yeah,
idiot?
and like that was my capacity. I thought I was like, you know, I've got everything I need. Life is great. What more is there to life? But then as you do endure life and you start to live, like you realize there is so much more to life that you don't know about.
And not once I want to bring up something. Sorry. The news and everything says the world's going to end in 11 years or whatever it is. Now,
There's
is
been
that,
so many
is that
theories.
a theory, conspiracy theory, just to get socialism into the United States?
I feel like there's been so many of those
To run
already.
the government of the United
No.
States?
If that's what it is, it's a terrible.
2012,
terrible
everything was
conspiracy.
supposed to end, right?
Right.
Right.
But that's my kind of thought process with this right now is because of the whole Green New Deal thing coming out. Is that a conspiracy theory that is, hey, the world's going to end, so we need this to make the world not
No,
end?
that's just a false dichotomy. That doesn't.
How many times
they're
was the
not gonna-
world supposed to end?
Oh, a shit
Right.
ton.
Up until
Yeah.
now.
A shit ton. I know.
Always,
I'm just saying.
all the time.
That was just my
No, I don't.
conspiracy.
I don't think that. I mean, yes, probably. You're probably not far off. However, yeah, it's not looking good from a global warming perspective. I think that we have more than 11 years to fix it. There are a lot of people, though, who say that we've already fucked it up beyond
I would agree.
repair.
No matter what happens with global warming, though, the Earth will still be here.
Yeah.
It's not going to crack
We
the
will
Earth in
not.
half
Right.
and fall apart.
I mean,
Well, no,
some
I
of
mean,
humanity will be.
we
but
in this room probably won't be, but yeah, some humanity will survive.
So
Hum-
did
I was
most
actually thinking about
likely.
this today. How much would it suck if you were an alien species and humans were like like deer, like in some random part of your planet? Humans can communicate with each other. In multiple languages. They can make tools. They will eat literally anything to survive. They would be the biggest fucking pests. They would have a spray like what's
we
sitting over there
are
for
the
Matt and his
biggest
ants.
fucking pests.
they eat
And
ass?
they would
it's
just-
rain.
they eat
It's rain.
ass.
When it
Have
rains,
you
we
ever
go inside.
seen
We don't
a
want to be out in the rain.
series of movies called The Planet of the Apes?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
That is what
Um,
would happen.
yeah.
But did you see that video? I saw it this past
The one
week.
with Mark Wahlberg, or
I mean, they're all part of the same timeline, though.
yeah, I think they try to
they
forget
are.
the one with Mark Wahlberg.
They try
though.
to, but it's technically part of the same.
I'm sure it was probably posted, who knows how long ago. But it was the guy that explains how big Earth is, how big you are, and then like how big the universe is versus the Milky Way versus all the
The video of like the
that goes
expansion
into
out,
like
yeah.
the whole like Big Bang, right? And I mean, it came up on my Twitter this past week, and I was like, when you look at it from that aspect, it makes you feel like you are not shit.
No,
That
absolutely. That really
You're
fucks
not.
me up.
I mean,
Like when you live
That
here,
absolutely fucks me up.
what you
But-
know is what you become, and like this is like you're like, this is it. Fucking Earth
Absolutely.
is the best. The U.S. is the best. But like when it shows you that, it's like, dude, I don't know. I'm a firm believer that there is way more other shit out there
But
that
now-
no one's ever
supposedly there was an
experienced.
alien spacecraft that flew by the Earth.
Probably.
They all thought it was a giant asteroid, and then scientists came out
So
and was like,
so
Okay.
how,
you know
how,
what?
How
"That
long
was
do you
not
how
a
long do you
giant
think
asteroid.
how long do you think it is before the Earth makes a UFO type object that can go other places?
I mean, they already have.
They already
Voyager
have.
is out there. Fucking Cassini's out
but
there.
like-
Like
but
all
like-
of it's out
within
there.
a human span of
like
time.
how quickly? Like, can it just fucking?
Oh,
we
like
are
that.
somewhere
so you
else.
want like
Millennia.
light speed?
Yes.
Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
we're
It will be. We're in the year what
We
2019
need
right
Xenon.
now.
Yeah.
Girl of the
It'll be
21st
about
century.
like 20,000 something.
yeah.
We
it'll
need
be
Xenon.
Thousands of
Xenon.
years.
Well, because
Hold on, wait.
Well, I don't know, dude.
because Elon Musk will be dead.
No,
What?
no. The Virgin Mobile guy, whoever started
Branson?
Virgin
Yeah,
Mobile,
he made a
had
plane
made a
that
ship
goes
that
up
goes to space.
and then comes
Xenon
down.
Girl
so
of
it
the
just
21st
skips.
century. Take a guess at what year that movie was set in.
2020.
What movie?
Xenon.
Fucking 3022.
2020.
Well, before I
2020.
start-
That's next year. We ain't gonna be living in space.
on, I
Exactly.
mean,
but
back
they
to the
also
future.
thought
No,
we were going to
no.
be flying in 2000
Don't
in
even
the
bring-
70s.
yeah.
Well, the show Futurama is based out of honestly like 2030.
No, it's
Futurama is
the year
3000.
3000. Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's literally
He
1,000
goes
years
in-
ahead
goes
of
in
the time
at-
that it was
yeah,
like made.
like 2000.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say Xenon's 2025.
It was
I'm gonna say 2020 also.
Okay, 2051.
Okay.
Yeah, but so,
So we're
that's
gonna be
that's
here for that.
30
That's-
years from now.
See, but
Do you
her-
think we will have a space station
Who knows?
in 30
Maybe
years?
I don't know. Look
we
at how
already
much
have
technology
this
has
space.
advanced from the year
Exactly,
1900.
That's what
In
I'm
the
saying.
year 1900, nobody could fucking fly.
no one had an Elon Musk, but
No one could drive.
But with
Yeah.
They were
cars.
just starting to
People
drive.
still
Yes,
can't
yes.
drive.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's a different conversation.
No, but I mean,
Cars-
like cars were just starting to
Oh,
exist.
yeah,
car, cars in the air will never exist. But
You don't
No.
think so?
working on it.
No, hell no.
They have,
But
they have a program
People
But
can't.
they're
You
working
just
on.
said people can't follow the traffic laws when they don't have 3 dimensions to worry about. There's no fucking way they can follow any traffic laws
I
up
have,
there.
I have two
Anyway.
reasons for that. One, I do believe that there could be a space station where people live in space, and it would be people based off of NASA and stuff like that that understand the realm of space.
Well, they do.
I mean, they already do that, but
That's
yes,
just-
go on.
Space
I
station.
believe you mean
mean,
more
there
like
is
a
one,
colony
it's just really
style.
small.
But, no,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it would be more of like a all right. But also the second one to go with that, that other podcast with Joe Rogan, with Elon Musk, he does talk about travel like that, where he thinks that underground is the way to go versus above ground, because above ground there is no way to enforce whatever's going on, and there would be so many accidents, people will die and this and that. That he thinks underground would be much more
Is
effective,
that why he made the bullet?
like over
Or
long
the
Well,
Hyperloop?
Hyperloop.
Yeah, too bad the Hyperloop is incredibly inefficient. At least when you
Oh,
have to attach
well,
a Tesla
yes.
Model X to it. Like if it was like the way I understood the Hyperloop when it was first like talked about was that it was a vacuum sealed subway essentially. and since there's no air resistance, you can.
It was
move people
essentially
through
like
it a lot
a
faster.
when you go to the bank and you put the little thingy in the
Exactly,
slot and it
yeah.
goes to the inside.
Right.
That's
Like,
essentially how
like
it was
in
marketed
Futurama,
originally.
where
But
the
his
people travel.
Demonstration
Yes.
was he
That's
attached
what it was
a
supposed to
Tesla
be.
vehicle
But
to like
it hooked in and then it went.
right
Yeah.
at like 40 miles an hour. It
But
was
can
like,
you imagine a world where everyone was in a car? They could say, "Oh, I'm going to go up and fly wherever the fuck I want." Pew, 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 and like
the
people
only way that
slamming
would work is if
all
self-driving
around.
cars were a thing. Like
You-
it
you
would
would
have
be-
to be entirely automated.
The way you would have to label speed limits would be per like level of atmosphere you go into. The lower you go, let's say, the faster you could go. The higher you go up, the slower you could go. So the
it
higher
would
you
actually
went,
be the
It'd
opposite,
be
but
flipped.
or
yeah.
vice versa.
Yep.
The higher you went, the faster you could go, and then the lower you went, the slower you would go, like to make it to your destination. And that's how you would
So then
travel.
they'd
would
have
be
to
So-
per
combat
level of
but
atmosphere.
then-
I mean, that already
and
exists.
It would just
but
be
but
that already exists to an extent.
have you ever been on the interstate where there's more than 3 lanes of traffic and you're supposed to use the left lane if you're going faster, and then
And they don't.
That's
concurrently
why it
slow?
would have to be
It would be
autonomous.
the-
It would
Well,
you're gonna
have to
have
be
you're gonna
That's
have
why it would
one
have to
person in
Absolutely.
tier 5 that's like, but I'm just trying to pass this guy and he's going too slow.
And you're gonna slam it.
Yep.
Yep. Welcome to Omaha.
Yeah, no. The thing is that would only work if it was all automated and people were
Yep.
used to not having to drive themselves, because then they could just sit there and be like, "Oh, well, it will take
Which-
this
Where
amount
you
of time to
would
get
where
there."
you would get in your car and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go tier 4." We cruise there.
Right.
We land where we're going. So it'd be like a version of autopilot and
Be like
like
using your
something
cell
else
phone while
that
flying.
takes you over. Yeah.
I
But
think
they
cell phones are a giant.
they do have
conspiracy in and of
autopilot cars.
themselves,
I
but-
don't trust autopilot cars. Fuck that shit.
If
Nah,
everybody
I do, but
had
everybody
them, I
had to
would.
have them.
Yeah.
So every accident that a self-driving car has been in has been
Was the
the
fault
fault
of
of
the
the
other
other
person.
car,
Yeah.
which was driven by a person.
Minus the
believe it.
one that ran over the guy.
Yeah, but that guy, I mean,
Fuck that guy.
the car, yeah, the car didn't have any choice. It's like, I
Had
mean,
to
it doesn't
stop.
matter. It doesn't matter if a computer or a person is
Have
controlling the
you
car that I
ever-
step out in front of.
Have you ever done those
unexpectedly.
random surveys where it's like, if you were in a car and there was no way to stop it and you could go left or right, and on the left side there's a baby laying in the road, but on the right side there's a 80-year-old woman, which way would you go?
Fucker.
take out the
all
old bitch.
all of
She's
those
got a
kind of
long
questions,
life.
or it's
Right.
like there's a group of 10 or 10-year-olds, and then there's a doctor with 8 doctorates that is on his way to a brain surgery. Which way would you go? All of those kind of
Are
questions
the
that you see
are
like
the
that.
10 kids flossing?
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah, if
you
they're
hit,
all flossing, then
you
yeah.
hit those little bastards.
I don't even need the
all of
question. I
those
just-
questions that you see like that, they use those responses to program automatic
hold-
cars.
So
Hold
what
on,
would an
hold on.
automatic
Well,
car do?
I-
Run over the 10-year-olds or the doctors?
It would
Well, it
pick the
depends
least
on-
bad
Hold on.
option.
Yeah.
I have a question.
It doesn't.
But
it's
how does
not
the
going-
car know it's a doctor?
You would
You
be
couldn't
surprised
tell.
what
That's
facial
the-
recognition
that's the thing.
algorithms
It's
can do
not
now.
even that. It's just what is the morality of the general person,
Matt,
kind of thing.
Matt,
Although in that case, I think the car would read 10 people, 1 person, and kill the one
Exactly,
Matt,
100%.
Matt, I have a question just for you. What's so bad about 21-year-olds?
person. They just...
No,
they-
no,
I'm not
Matt, just for you. What's so bad about 21-year-olds?
Oh, okay.
You're asking my personal opinion, or is this a joke question?
No, what's so bad about 21-year-olds?
Yeah, is this a joke question?
Is this like your fucking? Are you
No.
gonna remember me questions?
No, just what's so bad about 21-year-olds?
What if you don't have a problem with
No,
21-year-olds?
just Matt, what's so bad about
I
21-year-olds?
think they know everything.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but
There's 20 of them.
Yeah.
oh my god.
21-year-olds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
now next time I'm gonna need you to write down the questions so I can see your spelling on it.
So I
Yeah.
said, what's so bad about 21-year-olds?
Yeah, that's a...
And then Chris is
one
like,
of
"Oh,
them
I
trick
get it."
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, we asked
Was
you.
there
You
a
gotta
hyphen
answer.
or no?
Yeah.
God.
Jesus Christ.
You want to
Hey,
hear? You want to hear?
Remember
a joke
when
about
I asked
pizza?
you, is this one of
No.
your trick questions, and you said no?
You want to hear a joke about
Yeah.
pizza?
No.
Want to hear a joke about pizza?
No, I don't want to hear about a joke about pizza.
Nah, it's too cheesy.
I really do think that cell phones are a conspiracy.
What
for
about cell
themselves.
phones
It's
specifically?
not a
though?
conspiracy when everybody knows that it's true.
Well,
It's
okay, fair
not
enough.
it's not cell
You're talking about
phones,
them
it's the
listening to you and
technology
tracking you at all
because they
times?
No,
are.
not that. Well, that, but like how they break in 2 years and you have to buy a new one.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the
How
thing. Apple's been
they-
sued in
That's
Europe.
strategy.
All of these things come out of Europe, too.
How they
This shit
like
breaks. You gotta buy a
everybody's
new
on
one.
it. It's just making you dumber.
Well,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
as far as breaking in 2 years, most of the problems that happen with phones and other like portable, like this laptop, are all the
Regular
batteries.
use kind of thing.
And that's not a, it's not really a planned thing because there is, lithium-ion cells have a
Right.
lifespan, and it is about 2 to 3 years before
Right.
they start to break down to the point where they can't do that. Now, I mean, you could say whether or not that in and of itself is planned obsolescence, because I'm sure the military has gear that doesn't have this problem.
Well, that's it comes
Absolutely.
down
But
to
I mean-
cost.
But I mean that.
True. Yeah.
Everything
It's
comes
all
down
You
about
can't make a
money.
battery that will last. You could make a battery that lasts
You-
a week straight in that form factor in your phone
You're
right now.
not going to make
It
money.
would cost
though. That's the thing.
$20,000.
But
Right.
That's the thing too.
That's why
though.
phones
Apple
cost
just paid out a
$1,500
settlement,
bucks.
and like this is a different tangent, but like Apple just paid out a settlement saying, yes, we did push updates to phones to make them run slower.
Right.
Like
I
that is
feel like
a
they
thing
could have worded
they've
that
been
better.
doing-
You could have gotten out of that.
But-
Again,
but
as
I'm
somebody in
not
IT,
saying
you
wanted
could have
to
been
put
like,
more money
well,
in
But this was one of those
Like you
European
said,
the features
countries were
we
like,
needed.
we're going to get you for
All
this because you've been
back
doing it no matter what.
to
Yeah.
money.
Like
It's always
we make
money.
our own laws. We're going to make a law that says
Because,
that you can't
Joel,
do
what
that
kind
and
of
then
phone do you have?
Get you for it. But like, it is you can't make money if nobody's buying your product. If you make a product that's so good that
You're only going to make
nobody's ever
money
going to buy another
for
one,
that
I mean,
certain
I-
then
time.
you're not going to make
yes
any
and
more
no.
money.
I honestly think that you are better off as a company if you make a product that people will buy and they know it's durable and they will recommend it to their other people that they know.
You are right, but the way that America works, it's let's
Yeah,
just
well.
sell as much as we possibly can, and
Make
that
as
involves
much money as
making
possible.
shitty stuff and then selling more of that shitty stuff.
Trace, I have an iPhone 7 Plus.
Brendan,
iPhone 8.
same.
My wife's got
Matt?
an 8 Plus.
I have a Galaxy S7.
So you're actually a year out of your normal upgrade cycle.
I
Okay.
am up for my upgrade.
But-
And you were last year.
no, I'm
in-
up. Mine just came up in December.
In
Really?
Apple,
So you got in late on the S7
Yeah.
then.
in
okay.
Apple's defense, if you have an Apple phone, pull out your phone, go to settings and click battery.
Yeah.
It will let you know if you click on battery health. It will let you know your maximum capacity. So even if you charge your phone to 100%, mine says 88%, 82. So even
that's
if you
because it's on the charger too long.
even if you
No,
charge,
that's-
Yes and
that-
no.
That is not a
Because-
thing in modern batteries.
Yeah,
and
not
anymore.
phones.
there's
not
a lot.
anymore?
As of
No.
the last like 6 years.
Because your
that's not a
charger,
thing.
Oh, okay.
your phone and your charger talk to each other.
There's a lot of aspects that go into it, and they say you're supposed to shut your phone off once a week because it helps
Supposed to
it
restart
do
it
like a
once.
hard
Siri's
reset.
listening to you right now.
And then, fuck Siri. And then
Siri's always listening.
there is
though.
where you can hold up.
Do you
can
know when
hold-
you say, "Hey Siri"?
hold
There's
the
only
off
one way
button.
that she can hear you because
you can
she's
hold
listening.
the off button, and then you hold the home button, and then it does like a soft reset to where it clears like all your shit. Do you know that?
Oh, I thought you had to do them both at the same
How'd
time.
you- what'd you
didn't.
do?
Well, you
Your
know,
thing was weird.
I have a
Hold the
good
off
phone
button
where I can just hit
Okay.
reset and it just
Yeah.
does
and then
that.
hold the home button.
I don't have to
Until
go
it
through
says
any
shut off,
fancy
now hold
button
the home
presses or anything.
You're supposed to do that often because it helps like reset your shit.
I mean, it's a computer.
It's a soft reset. A
how,
hard
oft-
reset
how
would
often
be
do you
like
have to
turning it off
restart
and
your
then turning it
computer
on.
because it's
No,
acting
hey.
weird? No,
So hold
your phone's different. We
now
found
hold
this
your
out.
home button. Hold it down.
No, it's not gonna do the same thing.
It should. There you go.
And
That's
it's
it.
supposed to do what?
It's like a soft
It's
reset.
probably like a clear of its cache and
Clears
its
your
memory
shit,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
No, it did not.
No, it doesn't.
No,
clear
that's
that.
different. That's separate.
But it would.
That's-
Jesus,
If it was a
Trace.
soft reset, yeah, that
Close
was
your
a lot
ass.
of tabs.
That's
Jesus.
how Cassidy
I
is.
can't stand
She'll
that.
have paid. She'll sit there and have to go wow 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 wow.
Oh, that's
I
like
bet
you,
I could do that right
you
now.
open, you open
Watch,
up like
alright.
Chrome or Safari and there's like 30 tabs open.
I clear
Fuck
I
that.
clear my shit every time.
Oh,
I clear.
actually had already
if
done
we
that
haven't
recently.
No,
talked-
that's an accident.
If we
'cause
haven't
half
talked
the
in-
crap I accidentally touch and it opens it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, wrong
and then you
one.
immediately go back into the closet and you take it
Yeah.
off.
If
Yeah.
we haven't talked in
all
20
that shit,
minutes,
all
I
that
delete
shit
it.
that you had there is running in the background. That's what's killing your battery.
that's what
not.
clears.
It depends.
That's
It
what
depends.
clears.
Battery's
Depending on
not
what
dead.
the app is and what it does.
On
But
iPhone,
it-
yes, but on Android, you're actually not supposed to kill your background apps because of the way that Android runs. It's actually less efficient if you
Depending
kill them
on
all.
the background app.
True, yeah, but like you're not supposed to kill your email app or like your or other shit that you
If you
use
have
because
it, that's one like regularly syncing kind of thing. If it doesn't
because
do
of the way
then
that
it doesn't
Android
matter.
uses RAM, it's actually more efficient to just leave them there. So
Well, we didn't really get to conspiracies.
we got to. Oh my God, that's. We got to a little bit of them.
Yep.
Planned obsolescence.
talked.
We
We
talked
talked.
about identity politics and
Right.
the PC culture and outrage culture, all being part of a conspiracy. Vaccines and autism, and just generally scientific studies. You can make stats say whatever you want them to
Right.
say.
Yep.
So they're tricky. I
I have sort of a Joel question real quick.
Oh.
We
Hit it.
we
Joel
can do,
thought?
Hit it.
we can
Hit
do
it.
just a quick yes or no. We don't have to fully
Hit it.
discuss.
Okay.
Oh, let's discuss.
If you were
bitches.
given the opportunity,
Oh boy.
say next year, well, no, let's say 2025,
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
boy.
they are starting a colony on Mars.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Are you going? Or you're invited to go, and you get to say yes or no. But you will spend the rest of your life on Mars.
I'm
you
going to
go?
change my answer.
What
to no.
are the logistics? Do I take my debt
Yes or no?
with me?
Do you take your what with you?
my debt with me, or do I just completely swipe?
They're gonna
Yeah,
pay. They're
what
gonna pay
are-
off everything
What
on
are
your life.
living
They-
situations?
You just restart.
You are living for the company that is setting it up on Mars.
What are
Probably
what are
Tesla.
living situations?
Most likely
I need,
Tesla.
I need to know before.
Is it all
You have a-
prepaid that you just go and
You're living in a
live?
colony
You're-
on Mars.
you're
It's a
going to
glorified
Mars
space
to
station,
help-
but on
You-
Mars.
You're gonna have a job when you get there.
You go eat, you go drink.
They're
you go
gonna
to
provide
work,
all your food and entertainment.
They have
and
alcohol.
Yes, they will have alcohol there. But you still
The
have
Last
to.
Shot
You still have to
podcast
show up.
on Mars.
Right.
You
Yeah.
still have to show up for work. If you end up being too bad, they're going to throw you in jail. If you
How
end
do-
up even
And by the
worse
way,
than that,
the-
they're going
the
to force you
days-
outside the biome, and you're going to
What's
have to
your
survive
job?
on your
What's
own.
your job? Like in Futurama, when you go,
We don't
they
know
have
that,
a-
Joel.
they
Are
have
you
a
going
job
or not?
selector.
Joel, what are you good at?
He's gonna suck a dick.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying, there's a job.
A lot
that-
of shit.
There's a job that they have offered you,
He's a teacher on Mars.
Based off of what you're going for.
or just whatever.
He's
Like,
a
They'll
teacher on
pick
Mars.
the-
it's your dream job.
Do you go by yourself, or do you get to take who you want?
Jesus
with you?
Christ, Joel! It's supposed to be a yes or no question. Are you going or not?
No, it's by yourself. You don't get to take
It's
anybody
you.
with you.
Damn. So you basically restart your
Yes.
life.
Not going because
No,
you would
no
restart-
wife, no dog, no
You would-
like
you would
assets,
restart
nothing.
your-
You gotta-
just
You gotta
are
bring the
going
dog
to Mars.
in it.
I think a lot of people are going to kill themselves if they do this.
I'm going to say no because you're.
I mean,
you're
eventually,
restarting,
yes.
You're
Probably not
restarting your
put, by
life.
putting a gun in their mouth, but
you
but
would,
they will do it.
Trace, you would restart your life at this moment somewhere else.
Nope.
yeah.
Why,
I'm-
so
I'm-
why not
no.
move somewhere else in the country where you can't talk to someone? You know.
But there's
going
to be certain people that are like, oh
Okay.
no, I would never do that.
Let-
This is
But
100
there's going to
years
be
from
other
now where
people that
there's an
are
established
like,
colony
I
on Mars.
want.
I would
Sure,
say yeah.
maybe.
but
Let me
right
change
now,
that.
no.
Here's
You-
my one reason why I would not. Is because I can't hunt.
I was gonna say there are no ducks on Mars.
They-
You,
they
you
will-
would give up everything
doing
you fucking
Okay, let me
have
change it.
or
They-
know
they
to
will
go somewhere.
Also find like they are taking full like family sets. So you got to bring your spouse
I would probably still say
and
no.
children.
to like
Still say no.
to stay in a hut and live
Or,
up
but
on
I mean,
Mars.
but you have your own housing unit kind of
In,
thing.
in
but
2025, no. I don't want to be.
But
I don't. You never. Just like with
you
iPhones
are on,
or everything else, you never buy the first revision of it.
not even that end. It's just you're there for life. You never get
Chris-
to come back to Earth.
Chris votes
Why
no.
don't we get to come
Chris,
back to Earth? I'm out.
Chris
I'm
votes
done.
no. Joel votes no. Brendan votes.
I would just do it. Why
Brendan votes
not?
yes. Trace votes
No.
no.
All right,
Matt
so my
votes-
yes or no question, and it has to be yes or no because
Matt?
Hold
we
on.
are
At
over
the point
time.
in my life at this moment, yes. 6 years from now, probably not.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah. So on that note,
He is.
we are
It's been fucking
almost 10
6
minutes
years
over on
already.
our podcast.
That's
Tracy
all right.
keeps
This one's
giving
winner.
me the
There's
like,
edits.
the cut.
There's edits.
We've
The
been
cut.
There's
waiting.
edits.
I've been waiting for 4 fucking years. Just release the book already, George.
Right.
Come on.
Exactly.
We fucking
That.
need it.
All right, guys.
All
Thank
right.
you
Show's gonna
once
end before
again.
you
We're on
release the next book.
Spotify,
Come on.
YouTube,
George R. R. Martin, you a bitch.
iTunes, Google
probably
Play,
gonna die
And
before he
Libsyn if you
finishes
really
it,
want to
though.
go
if
directly
you
to
want
the
to go
source.
directly to the source.
But it's not as easy.
Thanks for listening. Comment some conspiracy theories you want to hear us talk about.
Yeah, because we obviously did not have enough that we needed to talk about. So.
Conspiracy.